Good morning. Today is Tuesday, November 9th, 2021. Welcome to Column Hinge at Alpha Omega. We're located halfway between Death Valley and Las Vegas, halfway between Joshua Tree and Area 51 in the Mojave Desert of the Southwest United States. The ritual you're about to watch comes to us from an ancient manuscript discovered in the sands of Egypt in 1886, and this document purports to be the secret ancient teachings of Jesus to his disciples. You see, there was one message for the disciples and another message for the laity. It even says in Matthew chapter 3 that I have one message for the masses and one message for you, my disciples. And we believe that the Bruce Codex from which this ritual comes are those secret instructions Jesus left to the disciples. Bishop David Griffin is on magical sabbatical today. I'm Bishop Leslie McQuade, and this is the Lost Magic of Jesus Revival. The sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. May the living light of the God Force inflame our souls with abundant life. Our destiny lies amongst the stars, and to the stars humanity shall ascend. Take a nice deep breath and feel into your body. Breathe deeply. Feel each breath as it moves into you. Follow your breath as it spreads throughout your body, enlivening each and every cell. And as you are breathing deeply and feeling deeply into all those different parts of yourself, visualize yourself as the tree of life, however it is you imagine that tree to be. And grow your branches up high into alpha sky. Drive your roots down deep into omega earth. I call on you in the east, alpha. I call on you in the west, Omega. I call on you in the north, Alpha. I call on you in the south, Omega. Alpha et Omega, the beginning and the end, and the passage of time between sunrise and sunset, and the passage of the sun between birth and death, and the passage of life between. We gather here in this temple not made with hands, and reaching out with the energy of our energetic bodies, we call out to the angels of the ninth treasury of light. Watchers of the ninth treasury of light, we know your names. Stand aside and grant us entry. IAOE I. The Eghon. The Eghon. Let the watchers withdraw and grant us entry into the ninth treasury of light. And these are the names that are in the places when they sing praises to my Father, and He gives light power to them. And there are 12 heads in my Father's treasury, and each of these heads sings praises. O mighty angel, first of 12 in my Father's house of the East, we call out to you by your great and secret name, left to us by the living Jesus. Aozaeye. Aozaeye. Ahoba inoza. Ahoba inoza. Ozaoe. Ozaoe. IAOE I. Naranezao. Naranezao. Gozazei. Gozazei. Thonezena. Thonezea. Ezapsohonza. Ezapsohonza. Afaozae. Afaozae. Thozei. Thoze eye. Thoze eye. Bore zazei. Bore zazei. Eiofaza. Eiofaza. And so we completed our journey through the places, having invoked each of the 12 mighty angels in their places. And having reached this place, we reach the place of the middle, the place of the midst, the place of the center of the treasury of light. O Father of the 9th treasury of light, we call out to you by your great and secret name, using your cipher and instructions left to us by the living Master Jesus. Here is the cipher. We call out to you, great and mighty angel, IAOE I. IAOE I. Let the divine light descend. It is the intention of this ritual and our fervent prayer to establish human liberty worldwide. Put an end to slavery in all of its forms worldwide. Grant us a pro-human future. Protect the integrity of Homo sapiens' genetic code. Protect the integrity of Earth's creatures' genetic code from pollution. Restore the purity of our air. Restore the purity of our water. Restore the purity of our food. Restore the purity of our medicines. Restore the integrity of our vote. And restore the importance of honesty to this world. And now in this moment, you, wherever you are, ask your boon from the angels. What do you wish? Ask it now. All these things we ask and shall be given by the angels. In the name of the living Jesus. Amen. So mote it be. Take a moment now to again feel into your body. This ancient magical rite we are doing together helps you fill yourself with the original creative energy that is the source of all life, all matter, all consciousness, streams from this one point of origin. And you have direct contact with that point of origin because you are a part of it. You must make the conscious decision to separate yourself from God, because as a child of God, you were naturally born at God's side. And there you will remain until your free will deems otherwise. And that is the source of all pain, sadness, and suffering. When you make the decision to move in the direction of God force, like the sun that lights our day, God force energy and contact with God lights your path through life. And as you breathe in God force energy, you come closer to God. You come closer to that original source. And the closer you are to source, the more pure your actions and thoughts. Not pure in the sense of man, but pure in the sense of God. And that is the goal to which we should all strive. There are the goals that we set for ourselves. And then there are the goals that are given us by our Creator. And you understand what those goals are, what you are meant to do with your life. When you breathe in this God force energy that streams from God. You see, we humans have energy that streams from us as well. Most people don't notice it until they're in a small room with many people. And then you realize, gosh, the room is so hot. Well, that's because each person is 98.7 degrees and radiating all of that heat. And so when we stand close together in a closed room, we notice that we radiate heat because the room gets so warm. But in fact, we are radiating more than just heat. We, like God, radiate God force energy. That's where the phenomenon of a psychic vampire comes from. A psychic vampire is someone who doesn't know how to breathe in enough God force energy from the environment, but has figured out how to drain God force energy off of other people. And so that's what they do. And we feel sorry for those people, that they're so hungry, they don't know how to eat any other way than to steal the food from someone else. But that's what Jesus taught, something different. That there's so much God force energy in the world, there's no reason to try and take it from someone else. Well, most people don't even know how to absorb enough from themselves, much less have enough for someone else to drain off. And then doesn't it make sense as to why so many people are agitated and angry and walking around bad mood? Because they're hungry. They may not be hungry for physical food, but they're hungry for spiritual food. And that spiritual food is nothing more or less than God force energy itself. This energy that streams from God. Now I point the camera to the sun because the sun is a good analogy for God. The sun is not God. I know that, and so do you. But it serves as a good metaphor, a good teaching tool for what God really is. Because just like the sun, God is always there, even at night when we don't see it. And just like the sun, God radiates the energy that gives life to this earth in the form of heat and the photons of light. And just like the sun and the sunlight is everywhere and shines equally on everyone, unless you're standing in the shade. And then there's still sunlight streaming in all around. You see, that's the most beautiful thing about God force energy. Unless you work really, really hard, it's inescapable. It's all around you naturally. And to breathe it in, you don't have to do anything special. You just think about breathing it in. You don't have to stand a special way or cross your fingers and toes. And you don't even have to smile when you do it. All you have to do is think about God force energy and think about that energy when you breathe. And I think when I breathe in and think about God force energy, I visualize little particles of sparkling light washing into my nose like waves. And when I exhale, I see little clouds of fog and dust being exhaled, all the negativity and pollution and pain. And so that's how I breathe. Light in, dark out. Light in, dark out. And by this simple exercise, you can bring yourself closer to God. And if not that, you'll at least be a lot more relaxed during your day. Do you hear the sound of the raven? That's nature answering and saying, yes, this is a good idea, something you should do. And this is the language of the birds. You see, when you're really connected to the God Force energy, you're connected to nature, and nature will speak to you and help you through your day, just like God helps you through your day. It doesn't mean that you haven't forgotten about all the things you have to do and all the stresses and all the work. It just means that you can face it with a smile, and you don't have to be stressed out about it. Why? Because you've remembered the secret to a happy life, the secret that the Master Jesus, the Master Baramento, the Master Emmanuel, the Master Christ, whatever name you know him by, he's the one who taught us about abundant life, an abundant life through the Holy Spirit that today we call the God Force. Thank you all so much for coming out today. We really appreciate you being here and supporting us in our mission. If you'd like to know more about the mission, you can visit us at alphaomega.church. There you'll find information about all of our course offerings. You'll find our prayer wall and our donation button. That's how we fund this mission, with your kind donations in the sales of our classes. You are the one who is bringing the message of Jesus Christ, of Aberamento, the message of everlasting life. You are the one powering this message as we bring it into the 21st century in the way the Master himself intended. A living religion filled with love and life, and beyond all, light. Lightness of heart, lightness of spirit, and the light that fills the world with its shining glory. So if you feel so moved to leave a donation to further this mission, you know exactly where it's going. And we will push this mission as far as we can, seeking to remove demonic infestation from the world and bring back the Eden this planet was meant to be. And as Bishop David Griffin always says, have faith and expect a miracle. And until we have the pleasure of each other's company again, may the God Force run strong within you. And, as always, may your magics work better than expected.